Today I am going to be showing you guys how to improve your local SEO. We're going to be doing a live audit. I've actually just told ChatGPT to give me a random keyword, which we're going to be auditing a website that is trying to rank for commercial landscaping services. So by the end of this video, I'm going to be doing a on-page SEO audit, a off-page SEO audit, anything technical potentially that might be wrong with it, content fixes. So you should be able to walk away from this video and understand, okay, these are 6 things that I actually need to implement on your website. Very quickly as well, if you guys do want to level up your SEO knowledge, head over to the Masterminders. This is a in-person SEO conference that's happening on the 27th of June that I'm actually arranging. It's in Manchester, so if you're traveling from different parts of the world, it's a relatively nice airport to actually travel into. You've got the likes of Craig Campbell speaking about website flipping. You've got the likes of Lara Costa talking about generating leads for your actual SEO agency using LinkedIn. You've got James Dooley talking about lead generation, Carrie Rose talking about digital PR. I won't go through the entire list, but if you want to learn more about the Masterminders, head over to the website and grab your tickets while you can. So let's take a look at this keyword. So we are currently looking at the website that is ranking position number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So this website here is the website that we're looking at. It's ranking position number 5. And the keyword that we are looking at is commercial landscaping services in Orlando. Now, one thing that obviously just comes out straight off the bat is that they don't even have the keyword in the actual page title. So if you're using Rank Math or Yoast or whatever all-in-one SEO, for example, any of those plugins, they will be asking you like, hey, what do you want this page title to actually be? And you should obviously go ahead and change that and obviously include your keyword in the actual page title. That's like number one, the easiest fix, right? But in some cases, some of you guys might be watching this, you might just be starting out in SEO and you might just not know that. Basically, the page title is what Google, or when Google comes to crawl your website, or even Bing, if they come and view your website, the page title is the first thing that they're actually going to read. Then it's going to be the actual H1, which I believe this is the H1 of the website. They don't actually have a H1. So let's see if they have a H1 on the actual page. So they don't actually have a H1. And to be fair, they're not ranking in a terrible spot with like 0 on-page SEO issues. But if we actually take a look at these guys, right, this is position number 1. As you can see, the page title is spot on, Orlando, Florida, commercial landscaping services. And if we actually take a look at this piece of code, as you can see, I don't know if you guys can see that. Let me just try and zoom in. This is a H1. Can I just agree on the cookies? Yeah, there we go. So this is the H1, and that's basically the second thing that Google looks at. So what you want to try to do is obviously include your keyword in the actual page title, and the page title is like the very first thing that Google sees. The next thing that Google crawls is your H1, and obviously if you're talking about pink fluffy toys in your H1, Google's just going to be confused. So it's always good to have a variation of your keyword both in the page title and also in the H1. Now these guys, they are obviously ranking number 1, so they are doing it, but the website that we're auditing right now, they don't have a H1 and they don't also have the correct page title in place. Then let's just take a look at their content very briefly. So again, taking a look at these guys, to be honest with you, I don't think that the content on either of the websites is like pitch perfect. You could definitely improve the content on both sites. But let's see if we can actually find a website that's got some decent content. So if I just start slowly working my way through some of the websites, basically I'm looking at different types of commercial landscaping. These guys, the content on this website's not too bad. So they've got like landscape maintenance, irrigation, landscape enhancement, seasonal color, facility services. So the content on this website, which is actually pretty funny because it's ranking position number 2, I would say it's actually probably better than the content that's ranking on position number 1. Another thing that you can obviously do as well when it comes to like scoring your content is actually using some form of a content writing tool. This is phrase.io. There's multiple ones. There's Market Muse, there's Surfer SEO. There's a whole variety of different content optimization tools. But very quickly, if we were to actually run the content through this, so if we just fire in our keyword right at the top, we'll select United States and the English language. And on the right hand side, it's basically going to tell us like which keywords to include, which secondary keywords to include, which questions and subheadings to include on the page. It will also give us a SEO score. Now, I'm not saying the SEO score is the beyond and end all, because it's definitely not. Even if you've got 100% score on the right hand side of this tool, there's still the chance that you're not going to rank position number 1. So don't chase perfection is what I'm trying to say. But it's a good rule of thumb. It will give you like a good comprehensive strategy when it comes to actually writing your content. So let's just take a look here. It is actually taking a little bit longer than I would have liked. But as you can see, like what I was saying before, don't think that your competitors have 100% content score, because the average score for that keyword is actually 20. Like, we don't need to do much when it comes to content to actually rank. Like, if we just copy in our content here, I'm just going to paste it in, and then we'll paste these in, paste this in. Actually, this will be a lot easier if I just click all of these, and we'll just delete these 2 sections and then just paste it in. So as you can see, we've got an average score of 17. It's not terrible, but it could definitely be improved. So in this case, I would be looking at writing some more content on the page. Even if we were to go to position number 1, let's say, I don't think that these guys have a high SEO score by any means. So let's just take a look and see here. Oh, empty page, there we go. So if we just click on this section and next section, as you can see, like the content score for position number 1, it's not the best by any means. So as you can see, the content score is actually lower than the website that we're ranking for, but there's going to be other things that this website probably has. It might have better backlinks. That might be the reason why it's position number 1. But as a rule of thumb, just run your content through it. We'll also very quickly run the website that I said that looks like it's got the better ranking content. So I believe it was these guys, Velo and Sun. Let's just run all of this content through it and see what kind of content score that we get. So as you can see, 21%. It's got way more words, 9 subheadings and images, etc., etc. Now, the best or the really good thing about all of these like optimization tools is if you're not familiar with the industry, it'll tell you like which keywords to actually include within your content and stuff like that. So this is always a really good starting point, especially if you aren't like an industry expert in that area. So this is a really good starting point. The next thing that I would be doing from a content point of view is searching my keywords, so like commercial landscaping services Orlando, and seeing if there is a people also ask, and including any of these questions that make sense in my content. So how much does landscaping cost in Florida? Does that make sense to include? Yeah, it definitely does. Do I need a business license for landscaping in Florida? That might be a little bit more so for a job recruitment website as opposed to a landscaping website. What is the highest paying job in landscaping? Again, more so to do with recruitment. And then what is commercial landscaping? I would definitely look to include that as a subheading in my content. So I would literally just copy this. And if I was to be doing like further optimizations to my content, I would actually use this as like a subheading. So I would make this like either a H3 or a H2, and I would actually have that in my content where it obviously makes sense. So that's another way of actually doing content optimization. Just look and see which kind of questions come in this actual people also ask. So like, what is classed as commercial property? Is that, to be fair, I probably wouldn't actually include that in a commercial landscape and service page, but you get the point. So that's the on-page SEO side of stuff. So if you're trying to improve your content, do that and you will see a lot of jumps. The next thing that we're going to be looking at is the link building side of stuff. So when it comes to link building, I always like there's no other way around it. You want to be using a tool like Ahrefs or SEMrush and basically just run your website through it. Now, a few things that I am going to be looking at is like the amount of referring domains that we have, the amount of referring domains our competitors have, and also doing like a cross-reference to see like if I have all of the links that my competitors have. Because, for example, if you're sat at 50 backlinks and your competitors all have 350 backlinks, there's a deficit of 300 links. Now, am I saying you need the 300 backlinks? No, definitely not. I would pinpoint the ones that are needle pushers and only acquire those links. Link building is very much down to a qualitative as opposed to a quantitative. Just because your competitors might have 1,000 backlinks doesn't mean that you need 1,000 backlinks. You could be really smart and really intelligent about it and say, okay, they do have 1,000 backlinks on average, but I know that only these 300 backlinks are the needle pushers, so I'm only going to work on getting these 300 pointing through to my website. So obviously this website, it's actually got a fair amount of backlinks, so I'm not going to go too deep into the backlinks section here just yet. What I'm actually going to do is go over to the competitive analysis section. I'm going to click on referring domains, and I'm just going to paste in my website here. Control C, and we're just going to paste that in there, and then we're going to copy in our competitor. So Landscape Workshop is one of our competitors. The next website is brightview.com. This is the website that's actually ranking number 1. And let's pick Romage Landscaping. So these are ranking position number 3, or number 2, sorry. So as you can see, there's 1,770 domains that is linking to our competitors, but they don't link to us. So what we're actually going to do, because 1,770 domains for local is way too much. And also another thing as well is there's going to be a lot of spammy links like Pro Linkbox, DR63, Traffic 0. So when you're analyzing your links, it's really important to make certain that you aren't just getting noisy links. Like I can guarantee, and this is going to be really nerdy, I've looked at so many backlinks that this website is going to be like a PBN. So as you can see here, yeah, it's literally just like a link selling website. So that isn't going to be pushing the needle. Same goes with these guys. They're a DR15 site. And to be fair, this is just suspected phishing. I could ignore and proceed, but I don't want to lose all my bank accounts. SEO Flocks, Xlinko. There's all of these like easylocal.com. It's a DR82, but it gets absolutely no traffic. So in some cases, you just want to be smart when it comes to stuff like that. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to click on links to competitors, and I'm going to start off with all 3 competitors being linked to. So this is going to basically show us links that is linking to all 3 of our competitors. In some cases, you get what I've just been given, and you only get like 1 or 2. So you just want to back that off and go to a link that links to at least 2 of my competitors. And now you've got a nice section. So you've got 75 referring domains. What I'm also going to do as well is we're going to click on domain traffic, and we're going to start to filter out some of this spam. So we're going to do at least domain traffic of 100 as an absolute minimum. And now, as you can see, we're starting to make a little bit of movement here, right? So we've got 29 referring domains. So like Easy Local, for example, this is going to be like a directory of some sorts. So if we actually take a look at these guys, actually, yeah, it's a directory. Now, this isn't going to be a needle pushing link. However, it's really good to get some of these links when it comes to your GMB and stuff like that. There's also another tool that you can also use when it comes to getting citations, and that's Local. Very similar process to what we've just done, but it actually gives you only a list of citations. So if you're a brand new website, head over to Local and get their actual deal. It'll just list you all of the citations that you need based off of what's working. So that's another way of getting citations. But if we quickly go through some of these now, you can see that there's a lot of citations that we are missing as a business. So this is another directory website. It's got some images. It's actually like one of the better directories, mainly because it allows for images. It also allows for your opening hours. So if you're trying to rank your GMB, highly recommend doing this strategy. Also, if you don't have time to do all the filters and stuff like that, just head over to Local. They've actually streamlined this entire process. You've got Go Local 24/7. So that, again, this is another directory site. So there's a lot of directories that we are actually missing. Let's see if there are any guest post websites or niche edits. So Savannah Chamber, I think this is like a Chamber of Commerce website. Yeah, it is. So again, you can easily get some of those. Leadgibbon.com. Not sure what that is. So yeah, there's at least, see, this is what I mean. Like, we started off with 1,700 domains, I believe it was. 1,700 domains. Was it 1,000? Yeah, 1,770. We've narrowed it down to 29. So in reality, there's way less links than what you actually think are needed to actually rank your website. So that's from the off-page SEO side of stuff. Now, we could obviously look at the backlinks already going through to the website if we're going to be doing like guest posts or link inserts or niche edits and stuff like that. One thing that I always see when it comes to websites is that they don't have enough links going through to their homepage, and that is like with do follow links. So if I actually just click through to their website, and if I do backlinks, so let's take a look here. What we also want to do is we want to make certain that we're only looking at do follow links, backlink type in content, and at least a DR of 20 and above. So we were looking at 298, but now we've went down to 55. So let's take a look at some of these. It does look like they are actually building links. This is like a niche edit. Also, the reason why I know it's a niche edit is because it's linking to so many different like lawn companies. This is typically what you get when it comes to like a niche edit or a listicle. Let's take a look at these. Yep, that is fine. So, I mean, they are in, it looks like they have gone a lot more heavy when it comes to like niche edits as opposed to guest posts. So they could be doing with a few more guest posts going through to their website. Another thing that you could also do as well is right now we're probably looking at like their best of best links. Like there's probably no better links going through to this website as opposed to these ones, right? But what you can also do is sort by referring domains lowest to highest, right? Now, as you can see here, they've got like a DR62 website pointing through to their website, and it doesn't have any form of tiered links. So basically, again, a little bit of an advanced SEO strategy. You can build links to your backlinks to make your backlinks stronger when it comes to pointing to your website. I know that's like a little bit of a tongue twister, but if you think of it, let me just make my face a little bit bigger. If you think of it like this, right? If you've got your website up here, then you've got like your guest posts or your links or your backlinks just underneath it, all pointing up to your website. You can actually build more links to your guest posts and to your link inserts that obviously power up your website a lot more. So that's also another strategy that you can do. It helps when it comes to like keeping these pages indexed, keeping these pages powerful. So you obviously, like, even if you were to go and get like a link from Forbes, let's say, right? Forbes is like 400,000 pages, but in 6 months' time, it might be 420,000 pages. So that website is now watered down. So you're not getting as much power. One way that you can counteract that is by doing tiered link building. So that's another strategy that you can obviously go down. It's a little bit more advanced. If you guys do want me to do a video on tiered link building, let me know in the comments and I will do one. The next thing that we want to take a look at is their Google Business Profile. And I'm going to see if they actually even have a Google Business Profile. So this is their Google Business Profile. Now, a few things that we're actually going to take a look at is their main category for their Google Business Profile. So if I pull up the person that's ranking position 1, as you can see here, their main category is landscape gardener. So landscape gardener, they also have got a load of different services. Now, one thing that I would recommend when it comes to these services, especially in local as well, is make certain that if you're listing it as a service, you actually have that as a dedicated landing page on your website. And to my knowledge, they don't have all of those. So they've got landscape installation, hardscape installation, irrigation, water management, site structures, landscape maintenance, landscape design and enhancement, irrigation, water management, snow and ice management. Then they've got like some of these portfolios and also where they are based as well. But as you can see, they've got way too many services. Now, what you can either do is build out dedicated service pages for all of these, or you can actually end up removing some of these services and you can end up ranking for the main 6 or 7 actual landing pages that you actually have built on your website. Now let's take a look at photos. So that's actually good. They do have photos being uploaded through to their website, or sorry, through to their GMB profile. As you can see here, they do have quite a lot of services, or sorry, photos. Oh, actually, services. Yeah. Now, these guys, they, even though they're ranking position number 1, they have got a lot of services as well. So never just blindly copy anybody. These guys, they also have got a lot of photos as well. So photos, they can obviously, or they have been uploading. Videos is another one as well that's pretty important, because what they are doing at the end of the day, it's very, very visual. So if you can actually showcase that, that can definitely help. Services that, locations that they actually serve. Let's just take a look at this. So the guys that are ranking position number 1, they do have way less nearby county areas that they actually offer. Now, again, when it comes to these areas that you actually cover, I would want to actually see these as actual dedicated landing pages on the website. So what I'm going to do very quickly, so I'm going to do site colon, and I've just copied one of their actual areas. So they do have a page on that area, but it's not necessarily talking about hiring them. So that's a slight issue that I would be looking to fix. Like, what I would be looking to do is, for example, if we take Howard County, right? This is a area that they obviously work in. They don't actually have a page to do with Howard County. So what I would look to do in this case is actually build out a landing page for commercial landscaping in Howard County. And because you've got it mentioned on your Google Business Profile here in the actual areas served, you're helping Google connect the dots. So that's what I would be looking at doing. A few other things as well. I don't think they have an address listed. Actually, no, sorry, they do. So they do actually have the address. Is it the same address? 23601 Laytonsville Road. Yep. One other thing that they could definitely do is actually have their Google Business Profile embedded. Again, going back to what we were saying before, connect the dots. Don't let Google take a guess or ponder of, is this the same business as the Google business profile? I know that that sounds very, very dumb saying that, but you would be surprised as to how many websites, as soon as they embed their Google business profile on their website, whether it's in the footer here, whether it's on the contact us page, whether it's on the local landing pages, it's like night and day difference. It's something so simple, but so many people actually forget about doing it. Even I've forgot about doing it on some websites as well myself. But it's one of the things that you should just check off straight off the bat. Like, okay, let's say you're an SEO agency and you're watching this, right? Okay, I've signed up this new client. Boom, let's get the Google Maps listing embedded on the website ASAP. So again, whether it's in your footer down here, whether it's on your homepage, whether it's on your contact page, whether it's on your service page, ideally try and embed it as many places as you possibly can. That obviously makes sense. And that will obviously help you when it comes to ranking your Google business profile and also your local pages as well. So that's been my video on how to improve local SEO, not just your Google business profile, but your website as well. We've covered content, we've covered on-page SEO, we've covered off-page SEO link building, we've covered citations, we've also covered Google business profiles as well. If you guys have enjoyed this video, please remember to leave a like. And if you want to work with me, or if you've got any questions, maybe you just want to hire someone to do it all for you, head over to casualdash.com and fill in the contact form and I will be in touch. And like what I said at the start of the video, if you want to further get more knowledge when it comes to SEO, head over to the Masterminders and grab your ticket while you can. Thanks for watching.